Welcome back to the Get Well With Me podcast. I am your host and your hypnotist, Adrienne Hart, and together we explore the healing powers of our subconscious mind while leaning in towards a healthier lifestyle. And our philosophy here is excellence, not perfection. One of my core philosophies is to impress your brilliant unconscious mind, your bum, with youthfulness. And you will notice that in my hypnosis sessions, particularly the free ones on the podcast, that there are just repetitive statements that some of you are probably, if you know what some of those repetitive statements are, put them in the comments of this episode, or if you're watching this live on YouTube, put them in the comments of the live. Something like "You're always healing according to," you know the rest. But youthfulness, it is a state of mind, and also I guess that it is also the amount of years that we have been blessed to experience. But I have like keys to youthfulness that I love to share. And one of the number one keys to youthfulness is having fun. The other one is identifying as a person who is youthful. The other one is looking at the future and thinking about yourself when you're 100 and if they had the opportunity to come back to you now. So, like, if you're 70 and you think about your 100-year-old self and you think, oh man, if I could go back to my 70-year-old self, what would I do? Probably you'd tell the people in your life that you love them, right? Probably you would do the things that are no longer available to you. Um, when you're in your 40s, like, let me just tell you, if you're listening to this and you're not 40 yet, you have not even reached the best phase of your life, okay? Because in your 20s and your 30s, you're still learning so much about everything and mostly about yourself. And sometimes it's the challenging things and even the losses along the way that help us to really discover who we are, to really help us know what we're made of, to help us to understand what our priorities are and who our priorities are, right? So, like 40 is absolutely epic. As a matter of fact, if you look into history, most people who made a tremendous impact really left a legacy. They did it after 40, sometimes after 50, and beyond, right? So, I would like to share with you that I do not say the O word. It does not happen. The only time that I say the word old is when I refer to myself in comparison with my siblings, because part of my core identity is that I'm the oldest. And when I say that I'm the oldest, like I say it with so much pride, right? Like I am proud to be the oldest sibling because to me that means responsibility. That means I've been loving them the longest. That means that I am like that person to them, like the big sister. It also means that I'm the boss, right? So I like saying that I'm the oldest in that context, but that's the only context. And you will not hear it accidentally slip out of my mouth otherwise. I have switched that phrase that some people say, which is the older I get, to the longer I live, right? Because when you can permanently switch in your brilliant unconscious mind from that phrase that some people say, the older I get, to the longer I live, then it gives you the opportunity to impress the brilliant unconscious mind that is always eavesdropping. Every cell in your body is eavesdropping on every word that you say, and it is taking it as instructions, right? So when you say, the longer I live, it impresses your brilliant unconscious mind with longevity. It impresses your brilliant unconscious mind with experience, wisdom. Because the longer I live, the better I know how to take care of myself. And the longer I live, the more I know what my priorities are, and on and on and on, right? Boundaries, um, nutrition, like you just know. Bedtime. Hey, why did it take me until after 40 to realize that I could go to sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and get my beauty rest, right? So, these things that like a person might say that the older I get, the more I appreciate bedtime. Or I always like the the meme with the Beastie Boys, right? They fought for our right to party, and here we are in bed at 9 p.m. Well, the longer I live, the more I appreciate a good night's sleep. So, but also identifying as a youthful person and having fun. In my mind, I have this thing that I call the fun tank, and I keep the fun tank full, right? And if the fun tank starts to get low, then I notice that it really affects my mood and it even affects my youthfulness. So, I'm not even going to make suggestions on how you can have more fun because your brilliant unconscious mind knows those things that are fun for you. But here's a little clue. Do those things that you used to do. Listen to the music that you used to listen to. Hang out with kids. They're amazing. As a matter of fact, just recently we had an event in our neighborhood, and a lot of my nieces and nephews came over afterwards, and they were like trying to raid the toy closet. And I just didn't want to get into all that. So I said, hey guys, I have a great idea. How about we prank call your parents? So I have this landline phone that nobody really has the number to, that whatever, I'll spare you the story of the landline phone. But I had the kids calling their parents, and unbeknownst to the parents, they did not have the number saved in their phone. They were calling them, and the kids, like, they don't even know how to prank call because obviously, they're not from the 80s and 90s. So it was absolutely adorable. They were dialing up their parents and they were giggling and they were saying, hi, this is Domino's Pizza. Would you like to place an order? And, at some point, like their parents or their grandmother was like calling them back, and they were just carrying on in such a fun way. And those are the moments, right? That activate your youthfulness, that remind you that laughter is the best medicine. Doing those things that just make your heart race in a really healthy way, right? And it's like the opposite of a panic attack. Also, this weekend, I was riding my, I have an old quad from, like, I know, so much nostalgia, right? Like, I don't know if that bothers you guys, but I can't help it. I have a 300EX. It's like one of these old quads, like a ATV, I guess. And where I'm from, which is the Jersey Shore, like inland, it's a lot of woods and trails and pits and stuff like that. So, I was just like putzing around in my bathing suit in my backyard, riding it around like a kid does on a Power Wheel. Like, why not, right? Like, why not? There's something about like just revving that engine and just like cruising around. So there's no wrong way to do it. Like today, going to a store called Grocery Outlet. Hey, for me, that's fun. They have these cute little hummingbird feeders there, and I can't wait to go see if they have more. So I want to just get on here today with a live and share with you that youthfulness, it is your right. It is your identity. And don't age yourself by saying the O word because every cell in your body is listening. Your beautiful eyes that see for you. Don't let them hear you say that you're the O word, right? Don't let you don't let every cell in your body overhear you complain about aches and pains and say that it's because of the O word. Absolutely not, right? Reframe those things. Right? Reframe those things that you say. And if they're not beneficial and you don't want your body to overhear them, don't say them at all. And that takes self-discipline. So, maybe by now you have listened to the daytime, or I don't think the nighttime version is out yet of the self-discipline episode, but wow, what a beautiful episode. I just loved editing that and re-listening to it. So make friends with your future self. And your future self right now thinks that you are so young. As a matter of fact, take a moment to think that if your 80 or 100-year-old self could give you a little talking to today, what would they tell you to do? Would they tell you to look out for your future self and maybe lay down a habit that you've been holding on to for so long? Would they laugh at you for calling yourself the O word? There's a lot there. Just that question alone, if the future you could give you a talking to, what would they say, right? And impress your mind with youthfulness. Identify in that way. Focus on laughing on purpose. Seek out comedies. That's another thing that I do all the time. I seek out things that I know will make me laugh. And a couple days ago, I woke up in the morning and it was the first time ever in my life that I was laughing in my dreams. And I was physically laughing. And have you ever laughed so hard that it makes your stomach hurt? That happened while I was sleeping. So, yes, if you impress your brilliant unconscious mind in the daytime with how you want to feel, you can feel that way sometimes all night long. So, I hope that this was helpful. And I want it to be inspiring. Maybe you're in a place right now where, like, physically, you're not able to do all of those things that you used to do or that you want to do, but you are healing and you are healing according to your youthful blueprint. And your body does remember and your mind does remember. So claim that youthfulness, claim that healing, see yourself as whole, see yourself as well, see yourself as energized, and your body will catch up with that impression that you're putting in your mind. So until next time, much love.
You're already a friend of mine because you're tuned in to the Get Well with Me podcast. And I want you to come and hang out with me this Wednesday and experience the magic of a live group hypnosis session on Zoom. So look for the link to sign up for Wellness Wednesday in the episode description. And don't resist the urge to click that link because I'd absolutely love to see you there.